All right, Drew, before we jump right into it, this is DeathSprint 66. This is kind of a blood sport that takes place in a cyberpunk world, but before we get into this, I am going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. I think this is a very interesting concept, and I really want to see the game just continue to grow, but before we jump into the real meat of this, what did you give this game?
Yeah, I think I'm hovering between the 7.5 to an 8, but I think there's a couple of things that just hold me back from hitting that 8. So I'm going to agree with you. 7.5 for me. Sumo Newcastle here has got something that I think pretty unique that we haven't really seen. Think of it as parkour meets Mario Kart and a whole lot of blood.
That's a pretty good combination, actually. Yeah, the Mario Kart element of that being that you can pick up some weapons to kind of use against your racing components, and that gets so brutal. There's so many different ways to die in this game and to ruin your run, and that's really what I think the loop, the understanding, and the really skill gap of this game is going to come in, because you get the chance to kind of learn these levels, of which there are many. And if you're playing by yourself, there's 33 different challenges. So you kind of run through the same areas over and over again, but with different kind of game modes that keep that fresh. And I liked that.
Yeah, the countdown, right? There's a trigger. There's one I played more often than the other. It's got this ring, and you have so many seconds to reach that ring, to then reach the next one, to then finish the level, right? It is how fast can you make it from the start to the finish without dying? And then you're like more or less gliding along the surface as you pull off some of these moves. You pick up lightning bolts, you pick up these other little powers. The highlight for me though, dude, with like the single player there is there to get you used to the levels, right? So you get a better understanding. Okay, what is the best line for me to run? And then all of a sudden these lasers will screw all that up, right? So like I find my run, and when you nail that, the speed is just phenomenal. It really pulls it off well. The highlight, dude, comes in with the multiplayer. You and I jumped into a multiplayer session, and I was laughing the entire time. It is such a rush to go through, right? It is, okay, not only now do I have to find my line, but now I have 7 others in here with me that I need to get out of my way. Can I pull into the lead? How do I round around this corner, jump on the wall, flip to the other side of the wall, hit the ground, grind some rails, and then do the whole little slide around? And oh man, it is just
The finesse.
it is a rush, Scott, to say the least. I had a blast playing this game.
I have to highlight the graphics don't really do a whole lot for the game, but
Yeah.
it's lightning speed. You're not really looking at anything anyways. But audio-wise, I thought there's a nice accompanying soundtrack, just a little bit of energy, and I thought that fit really well. But sort of the lowlights for me have to be some of the level design, which is really unfortunate because some of these levels are very fast and very intuitive. You can come through it and get really finesse, as I said before, but some of them, especially towards the end of the challenges, are just incredibly painful. Think about Super Meat Boy, but in first person mode, or third person rather, but really, really fast. It was so brutal, and that kind of soured my taste a little bit.
No, without a doubt, right? There's always getting to the end and then dying to start all over again.
Oh, right at the end.
And then you get into a cutscene. Dude, at this point, when I'm 4 or 5 deaths in on that run, I don't need to see the cutscene again, so it would have been nice to get rid of that cutscene and just jump right back in. If you ever played Trials, right? You do it and you screw up and you start immediately right back from the beginning. That would have been a nice feature, just to go, boom, okay, let's go, and away we go, right? Grind that out, see there, get to the end, die again, start all over. So it is a rush to try and how fast can you pull this off, right? Leaderboard's going to be a huge kind of thing. If you're a speedrunner, yo, this is the cookie you've been waiting to eat, because it is just, it will keep you coming back. You go, man, I can shave off another second here, and then you play it with your buddies, and then that's it. Dude, to get 8 of us in here, I think would be one of the most incredible experiences we would have as a team. It'd be a blast to play. It is one of those just unique games I have never really seen before. And it's something I think people should check out, because there are so many fun moments, and it's never the same thing, even though you're on the same track.